call the April 18th Board of Commission, actually the public hearing to order. The item is open public comments on ordinance 19-001 approving the franchise agreement with Comcast of Nashville LLC and amending ordinance 82-002 and its previous amendments concerning the town of Kingston Springs cable television franchise agreement. Is there anyone here to speak about that?
I've got some questions.
Well, you could speak about it. Yeah.
What happens if you don't renew the agreement?
So we have we would lose cable service. We'd have to get somebody else in.
Wouldn't that encourage some competition?
Well,
Comcast has got the worst customer service in the world.
well, may I answer? I know typically public comment.
Typically we don't do questions, but go ahead.
Yeah. The way this is structured up is it is not a single authorization. So if there were other companies to come in, we would have the ability to give another franchise to another company. And of course, you know, you've got dish networks and all that too, that there are other options. There are provisions in this agreement with respect to their customer service and you know, measures that they have to meet. And that's actually under state law too. So there are some of those issues. I don't dispute what you say about customer service, but this is not a grant of a monopoly in the city. So
That's what I was concerned about, because more and more Spectrum, which is in the north end of the county, they've been advertising like crazy. And their rates are a whole lot better right now than Comcast.
Right now.
Right now, yeah.
Till you sign up, and then they go up.
All right. Do we have a motion to adjourn the public hearing?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll call the Kingston Springs Board of Commission to order. April, could everyone please rise and face the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, John, could you please call the roll?
Josh Heatherly is absent. Tony Gross.
Here.
Mike Fargus is absent. Jeff Lorenz.
Here.
Glenn Remick.
Here.
All right, we have three, so we do have a quorum. The March 21st minutes have been circulated. Everyone's had a chance to read through them. I believe we have one correction, though. Mr. Height, his name has been misspelled, so we're going to correct that to H-E-I-T-T.
Yes, sir.
It's H-I-E-T-T.
Oh, sorry, H-I-E-T-T. Yeah, so don't listen to me. Then we just have to do it again next month. All right, do we have a motion to approve the minutes as amended?
Motion to approve.
All right. The next is the...
Second.
Huh?
Second.
Oh, did we have a second? We had a second, didn't we?
well, we didn't.
We do now.
We're waiting on you to ask like normal.
Oh.
No problem.
Second
We're just
over
not
there.
listening to you.
Tell him, Jeff.
All right. Well, we got a second. Did we vote? We voted already. All in favor? Aye. All right. Okay. The next thing is the approval of the April 18th agenda. Everyone's had a chance to look at that. I do have one item that I would like to add to this, and that would be item F under new business. Debbie and I have spoken. I asked her to pull some numbers together to consider, just look at what our budget's going to look like and what we're spending in the next, I think you came up with like 3 years, didn't you? And I'd like to just get together and just go through some of those projections so we can see what our fund balance is going to look like over the next few years. So we'll discuss that as item F. We'll get there and just set a date for that. Is that all right? All right, so do we have a motion to approve it?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
We'd like to also remove item 12, the surplus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're not going to surplus the 2010 Tahoe either.
Not the
All right. Do we have a motion to approve as a...
Motion to approve as amended.
All right, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Announcements from commissioners, Jeff? Anything? Glenn?
It was great to see Kingston Springs Police Department and the Kingston Springs Volunteer Fire Department yesterday at the Harpeth High School for the mock accident demonstration to bring attention to the high school and the 8th grade who actually came out, the dangers of drinking alcohol and driving a motor vehicle. My flight showed up also, so it was a very good experience, and good to see Kingston Springs representing.
As a future reference on that, though, Jack Arnold said he would like to be invited next time since he prosecutes those cases.
He just has to show up. It's perfectly.
Well, Jack's got that much to add to it. But
I don't know what he had to add either, but he wants to
Yeah.
go, so there you go.
Just won't be his name in there.
yeah.
All right. Community input and concerns, if you'd like to say something, please state your
Can I
name
say
and address and come to the podium and address the commission.
Okay, my name's Tony Campbell. I live at 330 Maple Street, Kingston Springs. Last time I was here, I think I was still living in Woodland Court, or thought I was. But regardless, I came here for a couple of reasons. Number one, I called down here the other day and asked for the telephone number for one of the commissioners. When told that they don't give them out, that the only thing that goes out is email addresses. And I think that's wrong. We, for years, have published the telephone number and email addresses of all of the commissioners in the paper so that the public has them. I think now, today, with the damn telephone books non-functioning, it's very important. And that's one of the things that you get a big paycheck every month, then you need to put up with the grief that comes with the telephone calls. And with 20-some years on the commission, I never got that many bad telephone calls. And most of them were positive, but we need to provide the opportunity for the voters, for the citizens, to be able to talk to their leadership about issues, and that's the only way to do it. We have people in town, I'm sure, that have no access to email. And we have people in town that are ignorant like me that don't use email very well, so I'm used to the telephone. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and I think I've got it partially resolved, is the budget process. I want to participate in it, and so far, you know, the newspaper, this newspaper here, I wish she was here, covers nothing anymore. There's just nothing in it. And I think that if nothing else, then the city manager and Debbie ought to be writing an article or something for the paper each week, talking about what is considered in the budget. In other words, I found out there's talk about 2 additional police officers. I question whether we need 2 additional police officers. Now, Bob and I are going to get together, I hope, this week and discuss that. But I have some concerns. I'm concerned about the fact that we are covering for the sheriff and his inadequate staff. Has this commission met with our commissioners, county commissioners, to talk about that and see if we can't get some help from them? What is the resolution to that problem? And this is not particularly new. I can remember when we first established the public safety department, that the sheriff adamantly opposed it, not this sheriff, but the previous one. He was against it, even telling him that he was going to get an additional 5 deputies out of it to help out in the county. He still was opposed to it, so it took a long time to overcome that. But I'm concerned about the fact that our officers are being called upon to go out into the county to do a lot of things, particularly domestic situations, and the sheriff needs to find a way to adequately work with us to get it covered down here so we don't have to cover so much of the county. And I don't know, there ought to be figures telling that I can find out about how much our guys are going outside the county, outside of the city, and where they're going. Are they spending a third of their time in Pegram? I suspect a fair amount of time in Pegram. But anyhow, between now and it's my understanding that the first reading of the budget will be in May, so that hopefully it gives me an opportunity to look at the budget and all, and then talk to y'all about what my thoughts are with it. So we always operated, I hope you still operate on the old deal, Debbie. There's have-tos, need-tos, and want-tos. And oftentimes you never get to the want-tos, so. But you need to really look at the budget from that standpoint. Anyhow, thank you.
Mark, appreciate it. Would anyone else like to?
I disagree with him.
You do?
Yeah.
Just seconding what Tony said?
I'm seconding him, Dave.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to Dear Debbie.
I can tell you right now, it's not going to happen.
Well, now, wait a minute.
I know. I don't do public speaking or writing, either one. But somebody else might could.
Did you want to address the commission? Or is this the time to do it? All right, well then if nobody else would like to, we can move on to department reports. Everyone's seen those and had a chance to read through them. Is there anything you'd like to add, John?
I do have one thing, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to congratulate Chief Ivy. He is just awarded a scholarship to the International Association of Chiefs of Police Annual Conference in 2019. Only one of 23 police chiefs in the state that were awarded these scholarships. So,
That's fantastic.
congratulations to Chief
So what
Ivy.
kind of program is that?
It's a conference, happens once a year. It'll be in Chicago and in early mid-fall, and his scholarship covers the conference, ribbon board, flights, all the stuff.
Oh, great. So hopefully, if he's in Chicago, they're telling him what not to do, right?
That would be the yes.
All right, legal updates. Do you have anything?
Ms. Snow recently attended a TBA function, Tennessee Bar Association function, and received some updates on some changes to alcohol liquor laws. And so y'all can expect some suggested changes coming down the pike
Okay.
based upon what these law changes have been.
All right, unfinished business is second reading of ordinance 19-001, approving a franchise agreement with Comcast of Nashville LLC and amending ordinance 82-002 and its previous amendments concerning the Town of Kingston Springs cable television franchise agreement. Do we have a motion? Approved.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. New business. Item A is motion to set TCRS employer contribution rate certification for 2019-2020 fiscal year. John, do you have anything you'd like to add to this?
The current rate that we have set is 7.29%. The motion is to set the TCRS employer contribution rate. They suggest, as the supplied material shows, a minimum of 6.08% to continue to fund the program. So it could be set anywhere between 6.08 or to leave at what we have at 7.29 or whatever the board wishes.
Is there any thoughts? We discussed this at the budget workshop.
Last time, their recommendation was 6.29.
And we were a percent over.
Yeah, you did 7.29. And the budget's based upon 7.29, but that's up to you all as to what you want to set it as.
Seems like it's good right where it is.
All right. Jeff?
Yeah.
Doing some calculations?
Somewhat of. No, leave it where it's at. We don't have to raise it even.
All right, do we have a motion to leave it at 7.29? Or set it at 7.29?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We need a roll call vote on that.
Roll call. Call roll, John.
Tony Gross,
Yes.
Jeff Lorenz,
Yes.
Flynn Remick,
Yes.
Mike Hargis and Josh Heatherly.
Motion passes. All right, item B is motion to amend the sewer budget for $15,000 for groundwater interceptor drain change order.
This is part of the sewer lagoon project. Once they got into the depth that they had planned to get into, they were getting a lot more groundwater than they anticipated, so they had to build basically a French drain on one side of the lagoon. So this covers that unforeseen circumstance.
Do we have a motion?
When is the estimate? When are they gonna?
What is it?
Okay, motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay.
When is the estimated completion date? Do we have that yet?
They're now estimating towards the end of May that they should be complete. They're just about finished with the dirt work. Next is putting in the liner. The liner should be fairly quick. All the materials are there. It's just a matter of them finishing the dirt work and getting the liner in. Once they do that, they're basically done and can start filling.
we have a motion and a second. I suppose we need to call the roll for this as well, so could you call the roll, John?
Tony Gross,
Yes.
Glenn Remick,
Yes.
Jeff Lorenz.
Yes.
Josh Etherly, Mike Hargis.
All right, motion passes. Item C is a motion to waive the Kingston Springs Farmers and Artisans Market 2019 season vendor fee for Harpeth High School Future Farmers of America booth.
Much
Are
like
they doing-
last year, they plan to have a booth. Ben will have the students there. They'll be selling plants and vegetables.
Motion to waive.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Item D, even though he's not here, he has spoken to me about this. And he really didn't want to do it, but his appointment of Josh Etherly, and it also says to reappoint Tripp Spears and Steve Reinecker to the Kingston Springs Park and Tree Board. Tripp Spears, I believe, has moved, so this would actually be just to appoint Josh Etherly to be the member from our board that serves on that board, and then Steve Reinecker will be reappointed to the board. So, do we have a motion to appoint Josh Etherly and Steve Reinecker?
Motion to appoint.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Passes. Item E is to reappoint Keith Honchel, Rick Spafford to the Kingston Springs Sign and Construction Appeals Board. And they've both agreed.
Yes, we contacted both, and they both agreed to continue to serve.
We have a motion to reappoint them.
Motion to reappoint.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
And then the one thing I would add while we're on this discussion is think of somebody, if you know anyone that would like to serve on the Board of Zoning Appeals, and just send me that information. We need to try to find someone to fill Mike's seat on that board. As a member of the commission, you can no longer serve in that position. Then item F was just something I added because I had asked Debbie to pull these numbers together, and she's pulled that report together, and I just thought it'd be a good thing to go. We kind of talked about doing kind of a capital outlay budget, and that's not this, but this does give us an idea, it gives us some projections of the future years. So is there a date that would work for any of you guys to do this? I'm open most days of the week, preferably not Tuesday.
What do you suggest? Yes.
Calendar up here.
Mondays.
Are Mondays good for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Monday's good for you?
Usually,
Sure.
Would next Monday be good for everyone?
Yes.
22nd.
April 22nd. What time do you get around Kingston Springs?
It's Earth Day. I'm pretty busy that day. 2 o'clock or 3, right at 3.
You're
After 5.
5 o'clock or 5:30? 5:30 better?
5:30 is better.
5:30 Monday? All right, we'll do that. All right, we no longer have a surplus item because that has been removed. And is there anything anyone else would like to discuss? The reminder that's not on here is the Easter egg hunt is on, hopefully, for fingers crossed for Saturday.
Rain or shine.
I think it's going to clear out.
We hope so.
Okay, it's fine. All right. Any other reminders? Oh yeah, I would ask everyone to stay after the meeting for a special presentation. That would be the only other thing. All right. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All